Welcome to something to talk about.
Yeah, really loud.
Welcome to something to talk about.
Hi, welcome to something to talk about. And yeah, this is it. This is the playoffs. Finished all of it of my 128 character Song of Ice and Fire character tournament. And yeah, I got a thumbnail. I got a thing for this. See, it's this. I did this. Like, right? Isn't that pretty cool? All right, yeah, let's go. I'm gonna a couple things before we get going. I've never done something this structured live. This is something I normally just film, right? But I'm like, I'm gonna do it live for the poops and giggles. Why not? Like, it's like a big celebration, everything, and then I'm like, oh, and I get to talk to you guys on the comments. I'm barely going to be able to look at the comments. I had that thought like 5 minutes ago. I was like, well, I hope they know I'm not going to be in the comments. I'm like, then why am I doing this? I will try to do my best. I'm currently looking at them. Yeah, this guy, what's up? And yeah, let's go. What was I going to say? If you want to make sure I read yours, do one of those, like, those super chats or whatever they're called. And if you don't like that, a lot of the money goes to YouTube and you want to directly send something to me, my PayPal is in the description. That's all I got for house cleaning. Let's just get through this tournament, guys. Are you guys pumped? So let's do it. So what is this? This is the final one I have to read. Over the last 18 weeks, everybody give yourself a round of applause, right? I have been doing a poll a day, so a winner of a hypothetical fight can be chosen. I did 16 tournaments of 8 characters each bracket of 8 representing kind of a region, right? The regions represented were North, Mercenaries, Beyond the Wall, Outlaws, Kingsguards, Iron Islands, Westerlands, Dorne, Vale, Stormlands, Reach, Riverlands, Crownlands, Free Cities, and Slaver's Bay. Wow. All right. That was a mouthful. And after all the individual brackets were done, I put them all into a 16-character playoff tournament until one is left. And here we are. We get to do the playoffs. Could you imagine? I started March 1st. March 1st. That means the first week of March, the Great John got into the playoffs. He stayed in there patiently for 15 weeks. Great John's just like, so what's up? And then a week later, he found out who he's going to fight. Still had to wait. That sucks, Great John. All right, let's look at the playoffs. So we're going to go through it just like how I did all of my update videos. So I have the results of every fight and also top comments. So this is just going to be like all those other ones, except it's a little bigger and I'm doing it live. Do it live. All right. Great John Mance Raider. Like I said, they've been waiting on the bench for a while. Arthur Dane, Corrin Halfhand, Smiling Knight, Duncan the Tall, Victorian Greyjoy, Jaime Lannister, Oberyn the Martell versus Garland Tyrell, Lynn Corbray, Robert Baratheon, Brynden Tully, Maegor the Cruel, Sandok the Shadow, and Strong Belwas. So those are the 16 winners of the 16 individual brackets. If you guys want to go back and look at what all those brackets were, I didn't get them ready. Should I do those really quick? I don't know. What are you guys thinking? How are you guys doing? Great John. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, for real. All right. So let's do this. You guys ready? I'll go individual ones. So starting with Great John Mance. So Great John did beat this 79-21. It's a heck of a fight. Yeah, so top comments, we had Irish Potato Thief. I think he's already in the chat here. What's up, yo? If Mance is Rhaegar, then Great John wins. If Mance is Mance. If Mance is a horse, Tyrek Lannister. Yeah, no, no truer words have been spoken. And then Basilius says that Mance Rhaegar was born and raised in a militant order with a mom or the man-at-arms teaching him how to fight. Mance rose to power in a society that only recognizes strength. That says a lot. I have to go with Arthur Dayne here. God, I love that bait and switch of just calling him Mance the whole time. And then he's like, so I'll have to go with Arthur Dayne. Arthur Dayne, what's up? Let's go. Hey, whoa, what's up? All right. Don't steal my potatoes. That's all I'm going to say. All right. George said Jamie claims only Greatjon, Strongbow, and both Cleganes were stronger than Robert, them and a certain wench, right? So that's saying, like, dude, if Jamie's just gonna name strong people and Greatjon gets named, there's a little bit of clout there, right? I mean, I think everyone in the entire kingdoms knew that Greatjon was Greatjon, you know. But yeah, you should see the one I have planned for next year. I already have it like mostly written. While I was writing this one, I noticed characters I didn't have in, and I got a lot of criticism about how I set my tourney up. And some were, I don't care, and some were actually very valid. I didn't, when I wanted to throw this shindig, I didn't think that anyone would come. So, you know, we're all here pitching in. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. No, seriously, Wayne's World 2 references aside, I didn't, when I did one of these last year, I got like 20 votes, you know, each one. No one cared. And now this one was a lot bigger. So I was completely blown away by how many people actually like showed up. So that was really awesome. And the point I'm trying to make is I didn't put I put a lot of work and a lot of thought into it. I probably could have put more. I like tossed it together. And then I, committed fully. And I plan to commit fully for the next one. So just wait. Yeah, no, that's awesome, Lolatov. That's how you found it were the polls. That's great. And hey, Max, what's up, Max? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, no, Greatjon would with ice would be nuts. I think ice is a little too small for him. Kidding. All right, so Greatjon beats Mance, moves on. Enough about me. Let's do this. I'm gonna take another drink of my liquid. Imagine if Mance won and got to fight Arthur Dayne, so Arthur Dayne had to fight 2 Arthur Daynes in a row. That would have been nuts. All right, so Max, here you are. Arthur Dayne won a renown in every tourney and melee he participated in. On top of that, his physical strength is comparable to guys like Sandor and Robert, and he wields Don. Corn Halfhand may be the current best swordsman at the wall, while Arthur Dayne is the best swordsman in history. There's levels to this. Lolatov, you're also in the comments. What's up? Well, they're the same guy, so might be different than some others, some of the others. And then Winter Tor just said, Spider-Man meme. Wait, do I got I don't got a thing for this. I would have to move. Okay, here, give me a sec. I do have a thing for this. Just wait. I have a thing for this. Yeah, there. Exactly. Thank you, Pam. See, I had a thing. I just had to get there. All right, let's get back to the tourney. Yeah, I mean, to Max's point, if you do believe all the hype, which Max did, and apparently the majority of people did about Arthur Dayne, yeah, there is really only one choice. I think downplaying Corn Halfhand, like, yeah, he's just the best guy at the wall. Yeah, he's just the best guy who's constantly fighting monsters, people who don't play by tourney rules, the Weeper, guys like this. That's a harsh environment. But just a tourney fighter and just a guy who's going to do well in this tourney specifically does not a good ranger make. He just also happens to be a really good fighter on top of it. But a good ranger is also survival skills and all this other stuff. So he is definitely the best ranger of all time, in my opinion, or one of them. I got a hair in my beard. Anyways, but yeah, I get your points. I don't like downplaying, like, dude, surviving at the wall for like a month would be hard. Just Corn half hand did it so long, he's got a half hand. And not only that, but I do love the reputation of the half hand, where after Jon fights him and unalives him, I think I'm allowed to say kills. Like everyone goes like, he killed the half hand. He killed the half hand. Like it's like a big deal, you know. But yeah, Arthur Dayne, cool. I mean, I don't need to convince you guys. 94-6, Stomp City. All right, let's keep track. Is that the biggest stomp? That's the biggest stomp so far. And next one is less. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's the biggest stomp so far. So let's put this down. I'm gonna look at comments. What up? Yeah, what up, Max? Stop. All right, and Arthur Dayne versus Arthur Dayne. Could have been easy, or could have been the whole semifinals. Yeah, should I just have that be a whole corner of a bracket of next year? Just the Arthur Dayne corner. Oh my god. Where was I? I already did that one. So Smiling Knight, Duncan the Tall, another stomp. So I work with a buddy at my work who's one of the few guys there who cared about this tournament. So we would walk up to each other. We weren't working like in vicinity of each other this whole summer, but I would run into him throughout the factory. I work in a factory. And when this started off, we were like, around this point, it's like, dude, did you think there were going to be any stomps in the semifinals? He's like, no. He's like, I can't believe it. He's like, dude, the fact that there's like even one stomp. And then we met later on in the week of the first tourney or first round of the playoffs. And he's like, whoa. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm going to say right now, I was kind of shocked by how one-sided like the whole first round is. I'm glad it got really close later on, but holy crap, round one is just brutal across the board. 91-9%, like I already said. Kevin says Duncan has proven time and time again that he can face dangerous threats and prevail. So as long as it isn't a joust, in which case he's doomed. In his time with Egg, both as a Hedge Knight and a Kingsguard, he's defeated Targaryen Prince, a Storm King. Thank you. I hate it when people just say a Storm Lord when they talk about the Laughing Storm, because he was a Storm King for like a week, but that's a cool week, you know. We all partied. And a Blackfire King and many skilled knights. Yeah, no, Duncan can hang. No one's saying that he can. Smiling Knight's still a Smiling Knight. He went toe to toe with Arthur Dayne, and if you guys just love, it's really hard not to say a certain two words that are the same word that starts with the G and rhymes with awk. But since you guys just love Arthur Dayne, I'm surprised that just anyone who just poked Arthur Dayne, you guys were like, he poked Arthur Dayne, he's got to be amazing. Apparently not, because Duncan the Tall just stomped Citied. Movie lover fan. There you go. Here's a reference someone's gonna get. Is that a catchphrase of mine by now? I always get a you guys know Necromantics? It was a psychobilly band, like a horror psychobilly music. There's a song just called Monster Movie Fan, and every time I would read a comment by movie lover fan, I get Monster Movie Fan stuck in my head. There, that's something just for me. I wasted 45 seconds of your guys' live. I just wanted to thank Monster Lover for that, because I've been re-listening to them now literally just because of your comments. Sir Duncan, he is always underestimated, but he comes from Flea Bottom and he does not give up. That's true. And then Alex says Duncan whooped Aeryn's ass. He's got this. Hey, there's a reason Aeryn Targaryen, besides the rhyme, wasn't in this. I'm just saying that. Feel like Rangers, Survivalists, as well as Warriors. Sorry, why am I reading this without just showing it? Well, a lot of other champions are just straight Warriors. Yeah, and that's what really separates Corn Half Hand, but of course that Survivalist skills doesn't help him in this tournament. I shouldn't put these up without at least kind of going through them, right? Also explains why they had also explains why I felt like, yeah, the plan to really catch Jon off guard in their head. Yeah, if Jon could kill Qhorin, he's hardcore, right? Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. Dunk is my boy. Hey, Jacka, what's up? Jacka's in the tourney, or in the comments, guys. Sup? All right. Where was I? Yeah, Dunk. Dunk the lunk. Think it's a castle wall. All right. Now we got Victorian Greyjoy and Jaime Lannister. So this one, I could not believe it was this close. Because Victorian, like, got pushed by y'all in the Iron Islands bracket. Victorian, I was like, I don't know. Like, I thought Victorian Greyjoy was going to lose right away because I had him against Edric the Unsmiling. And when he stomped him, and then he stopped like Cleftjaw, and I was like, okay. And then when he beat, I want to say it was Harris Harlaw, I was like, y'all like really like Victorian Greyjoy. So I thought he was going to do better, but I underestimated your guys' level of a love for two-handed Jaime Lannister. Yeah, I get it. Two-handed Jaime Lannister. I know. But holy crap, like, I really thought this was going to be like 60-40, 85-15. I know this isn't close to the biggest stomp that we've seen so far. Like, it's not even, I think it's, yeah, it's not. But yeah, because these guys are like 90-90. But yeah, I thought that this was going to be way closer, is all I'm saying. Rebel Lord Terran of Texas. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm voting Victorian Greyjoy. So did I. So, all right. Max said Victorian isn't portrayed as an insanely good warrior like Jaime is. Talbot Seri was able to put up a good fight, force a Victorian to sacrifice his hand or die. He is one of the most experienced and renowned reavers. Yet Ironborn did not consider him to be one of the three best warriors in the Iron Islands. Yeah, I believe me and Max went back and forth on this one. Me and Max went back and forth a little bit. I think Max went back and forth with everybody. I'm not trying to put you on blast, but you were all over my comments, dude. Everywhere. You were busy this last 18 weeks. And you know, I loved it. I liked how much you brought to the table. I think you ended up editing this because at one point you said that he took a fatal wound, and I was like, it was only fatal because it got infected. It is dumb to catch a sword with a hand. Like, don't get me wrong, that's not good sword play, but he still killed, Talbot Seri. And just because we didn't know who Talbot Seri was doesn't mean that he wasn't a great fighter. And that was another thing where it's like, well, he was just mowing through knights until he got to Talbot Seri. Apparently Talbot Seri would have been like a really renowned fighter if we heard about him. But, just because he pulled his way up from the train yard, and boxcar Talbot Seri just because he's got bad booking, terrible booking. But yeah, I do understand that fight is closer than one would think, and these are the level that we're dealing with here in the playoffs are not Talbot Seri level. Like we got rid of all the riffraff, right? All the Parman Cranes got knocked out, right? All the Edmund Coys, the Flemmet Bracks, God rest his soul, pour one out. They didn't make it this far for a reason. And Talbot Seri is probably closer to those guys. There's levels to this, to quote Max. And then Flippin' Fritz said, Jaime fucking Lannister. Everyone who commented that, and there was a few, I just did, is it late enough in the stream? I think so. I did Shitmouse quote when he sees Jaime Lannister, one of the Mountains Men, Shitmouth, and he's like, Jaime fucking Lannister, bugger me with a spear. So I just wrote bugger me with a spear, and no one commented. So I was like, if they didn't get that reference and I'm just saying that, I look really unhinged. No, get the shitmouth reference. I'm not crazy. All right. Say the closer. Sorry. Yeah, Dunk. Sorry, I'm going and reading this stuff. Oh, you were in the tournament under a pseudonym? I don't know. Did you? All right. You're in this tournament? Okay, sounds good. You are really tall. I don't think you're thick as a castle wall. What are you doing in my comments? Jeez. If you could, yeah, if he caught a sword, the whole team. Yeah, no, for real. Hey, if I could dodge this, I could dodge a ball. What? You guys haven't seen that movie? What's a movie? Yeah, dude, I think Shitmouth, like, I need to just do a, like, best hangs of A Song of Ice and Fire, like, who I would just hang out with. I really need to put that list together. And yeah, Michael is here. What's up? I don't have a weird Jamie King. Everybody else did. But no, so it's all like, yeah, I think like a list of the best like people I would hang out with in A Song of Ice and Fire would be like Mushroom, Flemmet Brax, Shitmouth, Justin Marbrand, right? I don't know, man. I like the cut of what's his name? Richard Horp's like jib. I don't know, like crazy moth killer man. I just like the cut of his jib. All right, should we keep going? Oh, yeah. All right, sorry. I'm gonna get back to this. All right, I'm reading some comments. I said I wouldn't be able to read comments, so I'm trying my best, man. All right. Here's a close one. Over in Martell, Garland Tyrell. I cannot believe Garland put up this good of a fight. Y'all really like Garland. And this was one of those times when a large portion of the comments, because a lot of the times the comments would say one thing and the votes would say the other thing. And I believe this was one of the times. And because I really liked what Max said here, I'm only putting 2 comments up, but you guys can see, 42. You can see how many comments these got. It was really hard to choose 2 to 3 of them. And also so many of them had these huge threads. And I tried to get the ones that spawned a big amount of talk too, but even though a lot of those talks were like, you dumb. No, you dumb. Did you read the books? I did. Did you? There was a lot of that. There's a lot of read the card noobs going on in the comments. All right. Basilius says Oberyn uses a spear, which is a huge, massive advantage. Okay. Let's talk about this spear. That got brought up a lot. And am I just crazy that I never thought of, like, no, you're good with a weapon, you're good, right? If you trained your entire life with a spear, you're good with that spear. If you're trained your entire life with a sword, you're good with that sword. Yes, not all weapons are created equal. Absolutely. But a peak warrior is a peak warrior, right? So if you're walking in with a spear, but there's a reason why the majority of people on a battlefield who are not knights are rocking spears. You just got to stick them with the pointy end, and you can do a lot of damage. They're really good on horses. They're really good against horses. They're really good in range. They're good behind a spear. They're good, but almost every one of these dudes in here has totally slaughtered scores of men-at-arms with spears. So it's like spears are a huge advantage. You don't think that Garland Tyrell has a cut through 1,000,000 spearmen? But of course, the difference between those 1,000,000 spearmen and Oberyn Martell is one of them's Oberyn Martell. So he's good with a wrench. He's good with the dodgeball, right? He's good with the spear. Michael got in my head. All right. But I just wanted to say that because that kept getting brought up, and I was like, when did the spear get? No, he's amazing with it. But when did people start talking about the spears? Like, I don't know, man. He rocks a spear. That's better than swords. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I think that I guess I would put more on the fact that it's poisoned. or venomed. There's a difference. All right, Max. Both are incredible warriors, easily one of the greatest in their time. Yeah, absolutely. I lean towards Garland because I could be overestimating Oberyn's martial prowess, considering he trained for over a decade to specifically fight the Mountain. Yeah, absolutely. Garland is also an exceptional spearman himself, killing up to 13 knights at the Blackwater using a spear. So Oberyn's choice of weapon shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, completely agree with Max here. But also Garland's choice of weapon won't be a problem for Oberyn. And also Oberyn like has this thing of doing duels. He's really good on 2 and 2. Don't take it the way that I know you guys are going to take it. He's really good on one man versus one man, if you know what I'm saying. I didn't mean it that way. All right, let's look at comments. Most of the warriors in the Song of Ice and Fire, like the Clegane boys, Tyrant Bros, Bears and Summit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they absolutely do use swords. But they are trained with swords. Like, knights use swords. So you train with swords. That doesn't make a sword, you know, if I pick up a sword and you pick up a spear and we both had unequal training, that doesn't mean that one of us is all of a sudden better. We're both just idiots with sharp objects. It all really does come down to the dude with the weapon and how long they have trained with said weapon. Hey, Dave, what's up? Well, the Mountain. And was it not a duel that he knocked out the other Tyrell? No, that wasn't a duel, was it? That was a joust. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, the Mountain. That's it. And I just assume other ones. All right, maybe I did just want to make a man-on-man joke. Leave me alone, Max. All right, you're starting to see through my scheme. All right. Lynn Corbray versus Robert Baratheon. My Lynn Corbray video came out today. Go watch it. I was so pumped and nervous about covering a character like Lynn. It's so much easier when I'm like, all right, I'm going to talk about Savage Sam Tarly. 5 people know who he is. You know, like, but it's like, oh man, when you cover the bigger known characters, it's actually like a little more nerve-wracking for me because everybody has an opinion about Lynn Corbray, opposed to when I do videos about like Justin Massey. Half the people are going, who? And the other ones are like, I hate him. And then we all agree that he sucks. But Lynn's like, you know, there's discord on Lynn. Okay. Where was I? Lynn Corbray, Robert Baratheon. Holy crap. Can you believe it? This is when I was like, Robert's going to be a problem. I didn't think he would be. I'm going to state that now. I did not think Robert Baratheon was going to make a run. I know who I had. Arthur Dayne's on the one side, and that's who I had to try to get rid of, right? And I planted people on this side to get rid of Arthur Dayne, and it wasn't Robert. I didn't plant Robert. You probably know who I did, but we'll get to him. All right, Irish Potato Thief said, I have been swayed. Let the wielder of the melancholy woman defeat the bearer of the big bonk. Irish Potato Thief, you legend. All right, Grant Campbell. Let's talk about Grant Campbell. One of my best friends at work is a guy named Grant. There are 2 brothers I work with the last name Campbell. When you first started commenting, I thought you were one of them messing with me. And then when I saw that you actually had knowledge of the Song of Ice and Fire, I was like, yeah, none of them do. So, but there was like a couple weeks there where I was like, Grant Campbell ain't real. Y'all Googling this? All right. Grant Campbell said, Lynn and his lady forlorn would dance around the giant, hopefully managing to tire him out before making an opening. Yeah, that would probably be his best plan of attack, right? And then Rebel Lord Talon said, Sir Lynn. Yeah, absolutely. It would be a very close fight between Robert Baratheon's strength and the quickness of Lynn. The only thing that makes them pretty much equivalent is Lady Forlorn. So here's something I wish somebody brought up, and I'm going to bring it up because it's my tournament. The one's a killer. Like, Robert killed, don't get me wrong, But I think of his fighting style as like, ha ha, you know, he's having a blast. Like, I don't know, man. Lynn scares me. Like, Lynn's there for blood. You know, it's like Braun. Like, we know what a good tourney fighter, like a good trained knight, does against Braun. Braun's like, oh, I'm just going to dodge you and then toss his statue on your face. You've been Braun. So that's something I would have brought up if I felt like it. Now I am. But like intent, right? If you get into a fight with somebody and their intent is to knock you out and your intent is to kill them, you're probably going to win. But of course, Robert's intent is to cave in your chest plate. So I guess maybe my entire argument's moot. All right, what are we doing here? I'm not going to lie. Gregor is a good example. Dude is 1,000 duels. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's 100 duels. Yeah. One man's with 100 duels. Yeah. Amen, Gregor. Fighting requires perfection. Yeah, absolutely. Lynn Corbray video was great. Hey, thank you. Oh, you got to disagree with me? Oh, on his sexuality. I didn't make any. I said I don't know. I'm just saying where I was leaning. But yeah, a lot of people like have now came out and said no, he's definitely the P word. And yeah, all right. I had one comment that was really great. Now I'm not remembering their name, but I don't know. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm not a theory guy. That's Michael talks about stuff. He was in the comments earlier. He's your theory guy. Go check him out. I do with facts and theories that I don't definitively say one way or the other. I usually say where I lean, but that's about it. But yeah, the bunk can only bunk so much. The bed sword name mentioned. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I don't know, man. I think the Harlaw's Nightfall is super cool, especially since there's a Dawn, and then they have Nightfall. It's like that sword. Oh, well, look out for that sword. Lynn fights to win. Yeah, he fights to kill. Lynn is the only knight who has regularly killed dudes in duels. Yeah, exactly. And then, yeah, you said you favorably compare Bobby B to the first Black Dragon, whose names escape me. The first Black Dragon? Damon? Is that what we're talking about? And stops the charge being Maester. Where do they come in? I'm confused. Where he... Oh, yeah. When Damon did with the fight with the other Corbray who stops the fight. Yeah, and then he gets killed. Facts are just theories wearing a suit so people can take them serious. Yeah? So? I love wearing suits. Oh my god. I've wore suits and doing videos before, Michael. Can we just have a video where you come on and we just both just dress to the nines? Because I am so in. Plus, I would love to see Michael talks about stuff in his suit. Damper man. Where was I? Brendan Tully Magor, right? Yeah, because we got through this. Yeah. Brendan Tully Magor. Oh, poor Blackfish, dude. Oh my god, David Norris killed it. Redfish, bluefish, blackfish, deadfish. Yeah. And then my aim is nasty. Okay, name. Okay, buddy. All caps, so I'm gonna have to sing this, so just be ready. He was the best guy around. Yeah, I didn't sing it. I ended up yelling it because it wasn't the best around because he added a guy. Grant Campbell, who I'm still not sure is real. I swear all week my favorite characters are getting murked left and right and center. Yeah. Yup. I want a Victorian Greyjoy to win, damn it. Yeah, no, it was really... I knew Magor was going to make a run. I did. Especially after... Because y'all remember, the Crownlands bracket was stacked. Daemon Blackfire, Daemon Targaryen, like... Others, the Crownlands bracket was nasty. Here, let's do it. I wasn't planning on grabbing all my brackets, but let's grab this one because it just has to be brought up of how nasty that bracket was. Crownlands. And Magor had to fight his way through this. Yeah, Maegor had to beat Aemon One Eye and then Rhaegar Targaryen and then who's on the other side? Daemon Targaryen. All right, he didn't actually have to do too much because y'all voted weird. This bracket got really weird really quick because Daemon Targaryen beat Daemon Blackfire, and I can't believe it. I just can't. But yeah, I guess I don't need to talk too much crap about Maegor. He still had a bunch of Targaryens to get through. But yeah, I knew Maegor came to play after he got out of that bracket. I was afraid of him. But yeah, poor Blackfish. Oh, he was my best friend. He was. Should I look at comments before I get to him? You guys are typing a lot. Too busy knitting off camera. Show us all your fingers next video. I'm surprised. What do you mean by that? I'm confused, not surprised. Yeah. Maegor the Cool. Okay. Nick, stop trying to bait me. Okay? All you Maegor fans just keep baiting me and baiting me. Go ahead and love who you want to love. All right? That's it. Hey, some people are into bad music and bands that I consider awful have 1 platinum record, so I'm not always right. Apparently the masses all think that Maegor was done dirty. You're wrong. Yeah. All right. Where was I? Oh yeah. I do actually. I don't want to out Michael, but I'm just saying he's got a glass candle, and he comes into my dreams sometimes. And he doesn't do anything lewd in them. He just hangs out in them. And I'm like, just text me. Why are you using a glass candle? It's weird. Yeah, Weirwood capes. Complaining. All right. All right, let's go, guys. Yeah. Dang Maegor bros. Or Maegor booze. All right, come on. All right, enough of this. Enough of this crap. This is pro Maegor stuff. All right. David Norris. Oh, I already said this. Did I read all this, guys? No. Grant Campbell said, I swear. Yeah, no, right. I read that. And then Casper, that guy, says, it's getting spicy. I don't know why I go to Jar Jar Binks, but when I read it's getting spicy, I heard, like, oh, this is going to get messy. Me not watching. Oh, my God. I watch too much Star Wars. All right. Sandok versus Strong Belwas. Do you guys know who I planted? Doesn't even make it that far either. All right. Sandok beat Strong Belwas 79-21. Rebel Lord Terran said Belwas is my boy, but Sandok is the stranger. Translation, Sandok takes it all. Yeah, I wanted that. And then Marcus said Sandok only need 1 cut, and Strong Belwas would give it to him. Rest in peace, my strong boy. Yeah, Belwas gives everybody 1 cut. That ain't a good move against Sandok the friggin' Shadow, who's got a sword the size of me. It's this giant curved Valyrian steel murder. Jeez. Blocking that's gonna kill you at the time. Oh my God. Yeah, no. Sorry, Strong Belwas. And then Playa said, I think there was a quote from a song about this specifically. Sandok is fear. Fear causes fear. Oh, sorry. Sandok doesn't fear because fear fears him. Correct me if I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, it's something like that. All right, let's look at comments. Jar Jar is a blood raven. Yes, he is. You figured it out. Jar Jar is the most powerful undercover Sith Lord in the galaxy. Yeah, he is. I don't know. Are you guys just trying to drop weird stuff here? Like, this is less controversial than people liking Maegor. Yeah, he is. I still hate the guy. He definitely is. They were talking about him taking down champion knights at like age 16 and him taking up Man-at-Arms when he's like 12. Or you probably, Max is such an encyclopedia. He's probably got the ages. He's typing them now. But yeah, no, dude's hardcore. And we'll talk more about Maegor later. I'm gonna try it. All right, ready? Misa propose that the Galactic Republic be organized into the Second Valyrian Empire, and we put all power to the Supreme Chancellor. And everyone cheers, and Jar Jar literally destroyed Republic. He destroyed democracy. What a butt. All right, playoffs. All right, second round, guys. So Great John's going up against Arthur Dayne. Duncan the Tall's going against Jaime fucking Lannister. And Oberyn Martell's going against Robert Baratheon in his prime. His prime meat, guys. It is ground chuck Robert Baratheon. And then Maegor the Cruel against Sandok the friggin' Shadow. Oh my god. Gotta get ready for that. I gotta mentally prepare myself for that. All right. Umber losing to Arthur Dayne pretty handedly. Is 17% of people who voted. All you people, you are awesome. You all voted knowing Arthur Dayne was gonna win, and you stuck by your guns. Or you're a contrarian like me and did it anyways. It's kind of how I am. At least make it closer. All right. Lord Terran said, I'm going to be true to how I feel about Westeros and voting for the North. Great John Umber, go underdog. This is the one of two fights, maybe, in the entire world that like a 7-foot, 350-pound guy who swings around a metal tree trunk would ever be called a freaking underdog. What are we doing here? In the Great John, everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm voting on the underdog. Oh, the giant monster? Yep. Literal giant. I forgot my name. I forgot your name too. I had no idea Corin Halfhand was going to make it this far. Ha 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 ha. You nerds. Yeah, this is you. Nerd! I had to play it at some point. Where was I? Still here? All right, so then we got My Money is on the Great John. Aiden Hendrickson said, yeah, cool. You, Taryn, voting Great John? Awesome. Then Shables, the famed Elgormancer, said, okay, but hear me out, everyone. If Great John wins this, we don't have to keep seeing Arthur Dayne in the matchups. Yeah. Yes. It's my whole point. God damn it. I put him up against Barris and Selmy in round one, and everyone's like, hey, why are you wasting this match? I'm not. I'm trying to get rid of Arthur Dayne right away, and it failed. It backfired on me. Oh, my God. Oh, all right. Where was I? Oh, all right. Let's look at the comments. I've been saying some crazy stuff, so I'm pretty sure some of it's got to be about that. Yeah, that's how the internet died. This is it. The internet has peaked. That's it, guys. We did it. It's all downhill from here. Maegor was, just built different. Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna, all right. Poor fellows poison him. All right. Yeah, here we go. I love my brother so much that I'm not even gonna care about anything else and just immediately usurp his throne before his son can get down here. All right. Yeah, see, you were typing it, Max. I called you out, dude. He's like, I better add lull to this. 12, Maegor was defeating experienced men. 13, he was defeating battle-hardened knights. And 16, he won the Great Melee at River Run. Yeah, see? All as he was a squire. Yeah, no, that's nuts. Yeah, Maegor's nuts. I forgot Great John had to fight Arthur Dayne. Yeah, oof. Yeah, I know. A big boy lost to a puppy. I agree. Puppy with big paws, but still a puppy. Yeah, if this was a wrestling match, for one, if this is a wrestling match, Strong Belwas would win because he cuts the best promos. Strong Bell, all right, for the non-wrestling guys out there, and I'm not a huge wrestling guy. I like watch, I watch Undertaker's podcast, but I'm only a human, right? Undertaker has a podcast, and it's fantastic. Anyways, I don't watch like Raw or SmackDown or anything like that, but I know a little bit about wrestling. But Strong Belwas is a wrestler, right? Like that's what George has to be doing. He had to have put that character there because all he does is cut promos. He just cuts promos. Yeah, exactly. He is Andre the Giant, 100%. Because every time anyone talks about anything, he just cuts a promo. He doesn't have any conversations. Anyone's like, hey, you want one of these locusts? And he's like, I can eat a locust because I'm strong, Belwa, strongest of them all. And it's like, oh my God, dude, try the locust. Try the soup. What's wrong with the soup? But yeah, like they're watching other fights, and like Basenia Blackhair is fighting a boar, and he's like, oh, good fight. Not brave against boar. It would be brave if she fought. And everyone's like, Strong Belwas, we know. He just cutting promos all day, man. Yeah, no, if we ever did a wrestling tournament, no, all right, that would be really great. If we did a hand-to-hand, no weapons, like tourney, Strong Belwas is winning that, or Sandog. That's when sides is going to start going up, because none of these guys are karate masters. All right. Karate or size? I'm an expert. Yeah. All right. Duncan the Tall versus Jaime Lannister. Yeah. Holy crap. This is the first super close one. And then they're pretty much all super close, except for one other one. Yeah. Duncan falling to Jaime. Holy shamola. All right. Here we go with Max right away. Both are the greatest knights of their age. Jaime is extremely skilled swordsman as well, being pretty smart. Dunk is extremely strong as well as presumably being a pretty skilled swordsman. I have to go with Jaime here because the several debilitating handicaps, he was still able to go toe-to-toe with Brienne. And with Dunk, you have to make some educated guess. I would say that Dunk is a little bit better of a fight than Brienne, like it would be harder. But Brienne is still freakishly strong, like how Dunk is. So we know that Jaime, even when he's literally malnourished, can go up against somebody who's freakishly strong with his hands tied together. It's nuts. I literally put more into that like fight for Jaime than any of his other feats. I really do. Yeah, no, Jaime is absolutely CM Punk. Yes, he is. Good one. Or 90s Shawn Michaels. All right, don't screw you. I like 90s Shawn Michaels more. Oh, man. Belwas is weirdly not that big, and I don't mean after he gets poisoned. Danny estimates him about 110 pounds, which is big, but not that big. I outweigh Belwas if he's only 110 pounds. I won't say by how much. I'm a fat guy, guys. I don't know if you know that. Big old chubby. You can't see because I literally film dad bottom up. You can't see down. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. All right. Was I here yet? No, I wasn't. Spoilers. All right. So is that just HCLW? Hikula said, I hope one day we get to see Dunk's later years and see his progress. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to state, now that we got a bunch of people here, click like. And also, if you do want to make sure I do see a comment, I'm trying in between to look at comments. Leave a super chat, and I will absolutely see it then. And if you do want to donate because you feel like it, I don't know, feel like you should, the PayPal in the description puts 100% of the money to me opposed to just some of it because YouTube takes a percentage. All right, let's get back to it. Anthony Jost says, nothing I have read about Duncan could make me think that he stands a chance in this matchup. Honestly, nothing. I'm glad he said this. So there was at least, I think there was one person like got mad about it, and Max said it pretty well, where he goes, yeah, but it's more about what we haven't seen and what we've like heard. So we only know teenage and mid-20s, early to mid-20s Dunk, right? And from the Dunk and Nick books. But we know later that he takes on a Knight of the Laughing Storm when he's even bigger. So we're assuming Lionel Baratheon's even a harder fight later on. And Lionel Baratheon in Hedge Knight's terrifying, right? We know that he takes him on and wins. And we also know that he beats a Blackfire later on and he fights in... There's all that, but there is something the fandom loves Dunk. So as much as it's like, I got to go with what Max said, where it's like, yeah, it's about what we haven't seen. It's the subtext, if you will. True. But then also going with Anthony, I think that him getting, like, this is a popularity vote. Not all of them. Like, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve any of the... Yeah, I'm glad he made it as far, and I kind of agree with as far as he made it. I don't think he won anything that I was actually upset about. I don't think I was mad at all. But I see him losing here. And he's a really decent, really good swordsman who happens to be 7 feet tall and strong as a bull. That goes a long way, but once you start fighting against the S-tier tippity tops, you start to lose. And we haven't really seen him beat the tippity tops. If you think of Inch is long, Inch is being a tippity top, he wasn't. Aerion Targaryen wasn't. You know, we haven't really seen him. Maybe, you know, I might give you Black Tom Heddle. I think Black Tom was Dunk's hardest fight, and he almost lost it. He ended up just bashing Black Tom with his shield because he couldn't use skill against him anymore, and he just beat him down with a shield until Black Tom died. That's probably his hardest fight, and that took him to the limit, and he had to his way out of it. So yeah. Anyways, tangent. Where was I? Let's look at some comments. Mohammed, what's up? Brother from another mother. Hit the likes. Yeah. Listen to my mom and knows what's up, man. Smash that buttons of the likins. I agree. Yeah. It is definitely nuts. And we also know how good Brienne is. She didn't only win the melee at Bitterbridge, she did it seeking out different people. Like, you know, she didn't just take on all comers and just try to survive. She's like, where's Mark Mellendor? Where's Mark? There he is. Heil Hunt. Where's he? Heil. There he is. And then finally she's like, all right, did I beat up everyone who made the bet? All right, Loras Tyrell, let's go. Like, dude, that's so impressive. Oh, I love Brienne. I can't believe she didn't make it to the playoffs. She got beat by Bobby B. Oh, well, awesome. I will be sure to go grab my phone. I was letting it charge. I will go look at PayPals before we get out. 100%. Ladies love them tall. They do. Dunk like the ladies tall too. Yeah, too tall. Yeah, and it fights just like Brienne. It's almost like they're related. Yeah, I would definitely compare Black Tom to Lynn Corbray. I bet, yeah. By the way, next year, Black Tom's gonna be my tournament. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's just a bunch of Brienne. Yeah. Just to going back to what we were saying about Jamie, the more we talk about how great Brienne is, the more we're like, okay, Jamie isn't just all talk. He isn't just all clout. Turns out, you know, Shawn Michaels was actually a really good wrestler on top of all that other crap. The Bitterbridge screw job? No, it would be Bitterbridge. Would the screw job be like the Montreal screw job? Oh my god. Yeah, it's definitely unknown. Prime Dunk Prime. Yeah, and you know, I really want to see more Duncan novels. All right, okay, where is they? Oberyn Martell and Bobby Baratheon. George said Oberyn's trash talk would be legendary. Yeah, absolutely. It would be trash. I don't know why he didn't have a beef against Robert, because Robert held Elia's, you know, dead children in a flag, and he's like, good work. Monstrous. Robert. Yeah, I'm sure the bone to pick with Robert was down here, but I'm sure that he didn't shake his hand whenever he had to deal with him. Sure, he'd be like, "Your Grace, you're not gonna shake my hand? No, bye." Screw off. Yeah, trash talk would be great. Then Macaw Woodcock, great name, said Oberyn would win this, especially when you consider how Rhaegar landed a few shots on Robert. It would be a legendary fight. Max is rolling his eyes. I saw, but whenever the Rhaegar landed a couple shots at Robert got brought up, there was a few people who were like, yeah, but he still won. Win by an inch, well, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, right? Kind of does. But yeah, I do think that this is a weird comparison because Oberyn won the fight against the Mountain, but he's an idiot. I'm sorry, but Oberyn's an idiot and stood too close to the guy who can crush his head, and he got his head crushed. I think if Oberyn wasn't showboating, maybe he could beat Robert, but it's a hammer. It's not swinging a sword. It is running in like a bull and crushing your chest plate. He would have to run and poke and poison as much as he could. It's a scalpel versus a sledgehammer, and you can win with the scalpel. It's really sharp, but it's a sledgehammer. So, yeah. All right. Diego P. Said, excellent. Honestly, I'm surprised the margin with which Bobby B beat Oberyn. Excuse me. Yeah, no, for real. But I'll take it. The Red Viper is good, but definitely holds the advantage in fighting style. But this specific battle, overall, Robert is the better fighter, in my opinion. Besides, I prefer different finals than last time. Thank you, Diego, for talking about my finals last time. So a year ago, well, now more than a year ago because this tournament went on so long, but my last one was a lot less, and it ended up being Oberyn versus Arthur Dayne. And I love that he's like, well, we all know Arthur Dayne's going. But like, yeah. I also had one person mention, I didn't leave it in here, but mention the Alt Shift X didn't even have Oberyn in his top 10. It's like, yeah, and Alt Shift X had to pay for that. People were in an outrage that his top 10 fighters, he had like Loras Tyrell and not Oberyn, and that pissed a lot of people off. So all right, yeah, there we go. I got all those. Let's look at the comments. Feel like Lena's above Black Tom. Yeah, but they're just comparable as Kiddas. Probably unpopular, but I would prefer 6 more Dunkin' Eggs before getting wins. I wouldn't say before getting wins. I definitely want wins first. But then if you want to give us a couple Dunkin' Eggs and Fire Above Volume 2, I would want that. I want wins and then like 2 Dunkin' Eggs in Volume 2, and then Dream of Spring, and then whatever Fountain of Youth that he is drinking. I want some of that next. That's the next thing I want in that list. It'd be cool, wins and all, but yeah, Dunkin' Eggs, yeah. Sorry, George. Yeah, if he wrote like Stephen King. Yeah, no, for real. Sorry, guys. It's not good TV when I'm just trying to read your guys' stuff. All right. Let's go. This is it, right? We're here. All right. So, guys, we made it. Made it to the longest day of my life last week. Oh my God, what a long day. I woke up camping after the 4th. Stayed camping for a while. I woke up last Saturday and drove home watching this fight. And then my wife went to a Ludacris concert, and then I wrote and filmed for the channel. And my daughter went to my mom's. I picked my wife up from the Ludacris concert, and we hung out. And I don't drink too much, but I had a couple of drinks, hung out with my wife. I mean, and then I went to bed at 2 a.m. And that's when I finally called this match. You have no clue how many switches. And it wasn't even like 51. All right, and then the other one goes at 51. Like, Sandok was 53 at one point, and I had it called in my head. And I'm like, oh, wait. And then Maegor brings it to 52, and I was like, all right, Maegor. And then I looked, and it was back at 50-50, and then Sandok brought it back to 51. And I was like, what are we doing? And then 2 a.m., I'm like, I'm posting this for the morning. It comes out in a couple hours, and I need to go to bed. So I posted it like, all right, I waited as long as I could, and Maegor won. Like, it's for me to post the next one. Madness. No, I guess it came out that Friday. But whatever. The point is, it was like, I waited until the last... Yeah. Because the next match, this would have been the Saturday, was the next match. So I waited almost 48 hours before I was like, fine. So it was like 2 days of watching it flip. It was nuts. Guys, that had to have been the closest. I thought the Daemon versus Daemon in the Crownlands was closest. But, dude, if you guys remember watching, people in the comments, I know you guys were watching this. Do you remember how nuts that was? Holy crap. Yeah. Oh, all right. Anyways, I got all worked up. Robert's hammer also has a reach. Yeah, no, absolutely. And then, yeah, where's I? Grim releases Maegor Supremacy. Yeah, here he goes. Go. Nick, are you the only Maegor? No, never mind. Everyone's going to say, no, I am. Or are you just a loud one? Sandok would be the Undertaker. Yeah, he's the Undertaker. He's 100% the Undertaker. They have the exact... He doesn't sell at all. Over Martell, it's like Ultimate Warrior. Sell, damn it! And he's like, I'm not gonna. Like, I don't sell. It's my thing. My gimmick is I don't sell. Yeah. Fight Robert is like is a bore. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, the Order of the Green Hand. Yep, I know. Yeah, Order of the Green Hand. I feel like most theories that drive me nuts, or opinions that drive me nuts, like they're the common denominator. Hey, more power to them, man. They got their shtick. I got my shtick. They got their shtick. I mean, my like closest like creator friend in this space once said that Leaf and Nettles and Old Nan were the same person. So I can't talk trash. Okay. Sorry. Really had to take a drink. All right. Jim Martin said Maegor has both the advantage in weaponry and armor because curved swords are designed for combat against multiple lightly armored foes, while straight swords are better suited against fighting a single armored opponent. He did edit. Originally he said Arak, and I was like, it's never stated that Sandok uses like an Arak. Like the Dothraki, but then he went and edited curved swords, which is also true. And yeah, which is also true. But Sandok the Shadow wielding a wiffle ball bat might kill somebody in armor. I'm just saying. Homeboy holding the giant bass that he plays. Also, he plays the bass. You guys know that, right? They don't say what the big instrument that he plays, but I would just assume it's a big stand-up bass. Boom, boom, ba-da, boom, ba-dum, ba-dum. And then the Queen's like, Sandok. All right. I did a video for Sandok. Go watch it. Yeah, and then James Nave. Or is it James Snave? Said, this should have been the finale. It could have been. Like... A lot of people, I'm conflicted in this one, but I have to give it to Sandok purely because of his badass stance on the bridge. Yes. You guys look, there was 81 comments. It got nuts. I rate defeating several armored people by yourself, higher than being the last one standing in tribal combat. And then Power Trip said Maegor took on 7 and wiped the floor with them. I had to say wipe the floor with them. He didn't take on 7. He took on 7 with 7. Granted, he took on 7 knights, and he kind of had like the random guys who was with him. I mean, Guy lost in the Glutton, who I love, one of my favorite side characters of all time, and no one ever talks about Guy the Glutton. But he wasn't in this tournament for a reason, all right? So that was one of the guys. So yeah, his guys were lesser quality against it, but he didn't wipe the floor with anybody. He pretty much would have died until Taina of the Towers came up and gave him something, right? Like, I get what you're saying, and there was a huge, huge debate. And I got into it, and I had to calm down a couple of threads, like, can we please be a little more respectful? And then I got unrespectful, and somebody's like, dude, you were too. And I'm like, all right, I apologize, I'm backing away. But it was getting a little heated. Nerds! All right. No, I swear, guys, I mean, 12 people on the bridge, it's not as crazy as 7 warrior sons. That's what we all sound like. Okay, this isn't pointed at one person, all right? This is all of us, is just, is this. Yeah, nerds. No, I swear, Shandak the Shadow. Like, that's what we all sound like. 2 normal people. You nerds. Oh, yeah. You got the wrong guy. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it was somebody else who brought up the Arak. Okay. Thank you. Somebody else compared the Arak to a longsword. It wasn't Jim. Okay. Sorry. Yes, I got the wrong guy. Blah, 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 blah. Little bongos. Sand dog. and then lady, whatever her name is, Rogar, whatever, it's like, he plays the bongos so good. Bongos. I didn't say it like that. Sandog is a metal celloist. Yes! Yes! I would love that. Okay. Civil discussions. Yes. But as civil as the Civil War. Yeah. This is the Song of Ice and Fire power rankings. It gets checked at the door. Yeah, that gets checked at the door. Yeah, for real. What was I gonna do? Like, all right, guys, let's all vote for our opinions, but you better not be serious about them. Yeah, of course it got heated. Yeah, none of us are normal people. Yeah, y'all are weird. Y'all know I get weird. Yeah, no, it's good. I'm sure there's like one dude who like was normal in high school and he just really liked the books, and next thing you know, he's part of this community and he's like, oh, guys, the books are really good. Like, can you guys be less nerdy, please? Just wants to knock all of our books out of our hands. All right, semifinals, let's go. Been going for an hour. Arthur Dayne versus Jaime Lannister and Robert Baratheon and Maegor the Cruel. Let's just get it. Let's tear this band-aid off. Arthur Dayne took Jaime in a 2-seated car to Stomp City. Are you kidding me? I really want to know if Arthur Dayne would have fared better. I'm curious. I'm really curious. Would Arthur Dayne have done better? Because Arthur Dayne has that fan love, but Jaime has that fan love, and Arthur has that fan love. So, oh my God, I don't know. But Stomp City, sure, it's not 90%, but it's pretty freaking close. And for the caliber, holy crap. All right. Jack says, as, quote, boring as the inevitability of Dayne's triumph is, you can't just pass the fact that Jaime, fuck it, we ball, Karstark, Karstark Bane Lannister. Okay, that was a really long nickname. Fuck it, we ball, Karstark Bane Lannister worships him as the warrior personified. Yeah. and it gets harder than picturing Don than when he's with Cersei. so Cersei's like, and then Robert is on top of me and whispers, Lyanna. I guess it's better than when my brother whispers Arthur. Oh man, do you know what's happened? Oh, I love you, Jamie. I love you too, Arthur. Sister Cersei. All right, and then sit in for Sithis, by the way, one of the greatest names. Greatest names. I do have a little bit of Elder Scrolls lore on here. Check it out. Not a lot. You guys don't watch it much. But yeah, go check it out. Not even a question. Well, who did he go with? Arthur name? That's not even a question. It was a question. I asked it. What was your answer? Hey, man, do you like your steak? Not even a question. No, seriously, I spent like an hour on that steak. Do you like it? Not even a question. It was a question. Answer me. All right. And then Gaius Marius Caesar. Oh, wow, royalty. Don is the decider here. Yeah, Jamie never got to wield Oathkeeper. And I won't give... Somebody's like, well, I'm assuming Jamie is Oathkeeper. Like, I think somebody said that. No. He never used it in a fight. We don't know. Like, he just gave it to Jamie. As far as I'm... Or gave it to Brienne. As far as I'm considered, he was never a wielder of Oathkeeper. He was a carrier of Oathkeeper. If you consider him a wielder of Oathkeeper, then Tywin was. Tobal Mott was. Right? Like, he carried it for a day. And then he gave it to the person who has it now. Don is the decider here, since in the books I feel that Jamie would kill Ned and Howland on his own with two hands. I have a slight feeling that Jamie may be better than Arthur, Dane, and Selmy, but because Don, Arthur takes the win. Of course, we don't know how Ned and Howland killed Arthur, or if they even did. I mean, but yeah. Let's check out the comments before we move in. I know I've been getting a little crazy. Jamie's the Walmart version. Hey, a lot of us still shop at Walmart. I moved up to being a Target person. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right, Nick. You're right. Jamie, yeah, self-admission that Arthur would have wiped the floor with them. I never really take stock in Jamie's thoughts there. Jamie loved the guy. Of course he thinks that he's going to win. That's Jamie's opinion. If you take stock in it, that's fine. I never have, because he worshipped him. Of course he thought that he would win. And also, there's a heavier thing there, because he always wanted to be Arthur Dane morality-wise. But then he became the Kingslayer and all this other horrible stuff and did all these really bad stuff. So he never measured himself up to Arthur Dane. It's tied to the morality as well. Chables, what's up, yo? And yeah, so I think that that's a big thing on the of Jamie, whether or not he's just talking martial prowess. His mind is scared because he thinks he's not good enough to be Arthur Dane because of the morality as well. At least that's how I've always thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Hey, we all just get one vote, right? It doesn't matter how crazy your aunt is about politics. We all just get one vote. But it doesn't matter how crazy you are, Nick. Sorry to call you. Young Jamie, yeah. This wasn't young Jamie. This is two-hand Jamie. Yeah, that was young Jamie's opinion too. Yeah. Where was I? Jamie literally thinks that he would beat Arthur. I don't know why everyone is saying the opposite. Oh, does he? Well, there we go. Max says the one thing, and I'm not going to look it up. I'm not. I'm busy. Did we read this whole thing? Yeah, we did. Cool. Poor Sandog. All right, can we talk about how Sandog doesn't even make it to the semifinals? I planted him to kill Arthur Dane in the finals. Now I can see that he wouldn't have. But he lost to Maegor. And then Maegor loses to Robert Baratheon. Oh my God. I can't believe it. I can't believe that Maegor loses to Robert Baratheon. This shocked me. Shocked me. I was dumbfounded, dude. I was blown away by. Are you kidding me? Holy shamola. I was absolutely dumbfounded. I thought it was going to go Maegor, and Maegor was going to have a chance against Arthur. And then when Robert beat him, I'm like, well, Robert ain't going to have any chance. Yep. All right. Look at 107 comments. That is probably 106 people going, are you guys kidding me? All right. Assassin Craft something. Sorry, that's a really long name. I am the true Kingsman. Oh, here's another Maegor guy. Maegor for the win. I say this as someone who fights with a Warhammer bi-weekly. That is super awesome. That there's just a dude who's like, I should know. Twice a week I get together and I just swing a Warhammer at people in full armor. Wow. This is my lame ass hobby. You make me feel very fat and lame. You're the coolest dude here. All right. A sword and shield with a good plate is better choice. Hammers do not compromise armor the way that everyone likes to believe. Yeah, and this is also a fantasy novel hammer. It is a cartoonishly giant hammer that didn't exist in real life, and it's definitely not the one that this guy swings twice a week. They don't exist. Hammers don't have cinder blocks on the edge of them, right? That's not feasible. Solid cinder blocks of metal. So yeah. But cartoonishly fantasy novel hammers crush chest plates, right? And crush through armor and make the Ruby Ford become known as Ruby Ford. But yeah, in real life they do not. That's not the reality. All right, Rusty Thunder, great name. Maegor is totally and completely going to destroy King Robert Baratheon. Great name. And then Brian Y said, yes, the matchup to see who loses to the Sword of the Morning. How exciting. Shut up. I know. I hated it. I hated it so much. I hated just knowing it was all pointless. I tried to get rid of him, guys. I tried. And then once Sandog fell, I'm like, that was my horse. And then I'm like, but Maegor. And then Maegor loses. I'm like, no. Oh, man. All right, let's look at comments before we get to the finals. Match. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's. Yeah, Dark Star account spotted. Just the sword. It's a wild take. All right, where was I? Robert stronger than him. Okay. Sorry, I know this is really bad when I'm like just reading comments. Yeah, I know you did. I don't think he's the most overrated. I think he's overrated. I don't think he's the most overrated. Take a hint who I think the most overrated is. The guy who barely killed an outlaw and then died to a Crowdman and then won a bunch of tourneys. I'm sorry, but that is literally his accomplishments. I didn't leave anything out. He won a bunch of tourneys. He also lost a bunch of tourneys. And also beats the Smiling Knight, sure, and then dies set to Tower of Joy, most likely. Sure, everyone loved him. He's got Dawn. He's got a space sword like Sokka. It's awesome. But that's his accomplishments. And you want to talk overrated? All right. Sorry. No, he did it. They fought forever until they switched swords. They had to fight for like an hour. That's not destroying him. No, it is not. I'm sorry, Max, but it isn't. They fought forever, and then he finally took him out. I think that people just love him because he's literally he's King Arthur. He's the greatest guy of all time, and that goes a really long way. Maegor would be, Diesel, Kevin Nash. Yeah, I see that. I was actually thinking Scott Hall, but you went NWO still. So, I know you're gonna hit me with a quote. I've been talking to you for 18 weeks now. Thank you. And guess what? You don't have to convince me, and I don't need to convince any of you guys because everyone got the same vote, and we all know where it ended. And that's it. But I don't want to hear the words overrated being thrown around and you not admit that Arthur Dayne's overrated is all crap. Literally, the only person that almost made it, the only guy who I wouldn't have considered overrated in the finals in this part of the bracket would have been Sandok. I don't think of Sandok as overrated. And I think he deserved to win. But he wasn't. He didn't get the popularity. He's not. So he lost. Loras Tyrell is a racer. I don't see that at all. No, Loras is like Cena before he got over. Yeah, he's absolutely the one who overrates him. Yeah, that's the point. Literally the point of the character is that he's chivalry he's the greatest knight. He was the death of good knights. When he died, the fantasy idea of the perfect knight died with him. He's literally a symbol for being a great knight. That's it. He's literally overrated. That's his point. His point is he's the best, even though we never get to see it. And even though he died before we ever get to really meet him, we never met him, right? Yeah, he's constantly thought of as being the greatest of all time. Yeah, that's literally, yes, correct. I know you're saying that as like oh, really? George made it that? Yes, that's the point. But again, it doesn't matter what I think. I didn't get any more votes than you guys. I mean, sure, at least one of you guys had a couple ghost accounts, but I only voted once, just like everybody else. So it doesn't matter what I think. We all know who won. Rose hyped up Arthur Dayne. Yeah, literally named him after King Arthur. Yeah, we definitely don't know the full extent of Sandok's. And sadly, he didn't get to make it. Sadly, he died. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry. It's actually more of a philosophical question. Oh, so I can't read tone, and I started yelling at you. Nick, please don't take any of me arguing against you about Magor or other dates serious. 18 weeks of my life, guys, has been this poll. And it's been 18 weeks of me going, I really don't want to see Arthur win. And then Arthur won, and I'm like, of course he won. So yeah. All right, where were we? Oh yeah. Arthur Dayne completely stomping Robert Baratheon. I want to know, would Magor have done better? And would Sandok have done better? I'm not asking if you think they would win, because I really don't think they would have. But do you think they would have done better? That's what I'm curious. All right, Irish Potato Thief, let's go. Let's take a moment to, oh yeah, I feel awkward reading this out. But here we are. When I first put this together, I didn't know I was going to be doing this live, so that's kind of more awkward that people are watching. Yeah. I'm not going to read this whole thing out loud. I'm just going to respond because you guys can read it yourself. Thank you. And like 1,000,000% to everybody in the chat right now, everybody watching this, and all the, I'm assuming like 1,000-ish people, right? Like 500, at least has to be more than like 500 a vote. You know, there's got to be enough people who, it's got to be a lot, hundreds. Okay, hundreds of people who voted. Thanks to all of you. Then the next level is the guys who commented, thank you so much. And then the guys like Irish Potato Thief, Max, I shouldn't have named anybody because now I have to name so many other people. Oh my God, I screwed that one up. All of you guys. Lord Darren in Texas. Now I got to name more people. You guys know who you are. Basilius, Lollitop. The guys who commented so much, and if I missed your name and you commented on every one of them, I completely feel like a dick now. Sorry. But thanks to all you guys who took this really serious. And as much as I was giving people crap about getting in arguments, it's so cool that we got to be passionate and nerd out over this hypothetical, stupid, very dumb poll, right? It's so cool that I could grab 128 characters from a imaginary world and then put them all against each other, and people were arguing stats with each other. It made me so happy. So as much as thank you for saying thank you to me, but 1,000,000,000% thank you, all of you guys. Like, I would have been doing this with 20 votes. I did it last year. I didn't get crap for votes, and I loved it. I had a lot of fun last year too, because I was just doing it because I'm a nerd, and it's really fun for me to go, who do you guys think would win over this guy? And I could not have imagined how well this would do. And my wife got really mad at me when I told her how long it was. She's like, oh my God, you put too much work into the channel already. I'm like, yeah, but it's gotta be fun. And it was. It never felt like a chore. Honestly, it didn't. My channel doesn't feel like a chore to me because it is my passion. And the second it feels like a chore, I'm probably going to stop doing it. But I put out all the content I do because I absolutely love it. And I did this poll, and it was so exciting and fun. So all of you guys made that possible. So yeah. Now there's going to be at least one person in the comment going, you didn't mention me. Oh, did you mention the turbine suggestion? Possibly. I did one last year. I used to do a lot of tournaments on this channel called the Geek Gauntlets. Just love tournaments. Oh yeah, 5v5. Oh man, that would have been nuts. All right. All right. Thank you for not dropping a super long quote. But no, thank you guys 1,000,000%. All of you guys. Most one-sided playoff match, Arthur Dane, Corn half end. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. That was. So yeah. And thank you, Irish Potato Thief. Yeah. I know. They take a lot of work. They take more work than this, believe it or not. Trial of 7 tournament. That would be really fun. So I was thinking, yeah, I want a dragon tournament, and not just dragons, but dragons and their riders. And their riders are the people who enter the tournament. So there can be multiple Balerion the Black Dreads in the tournament. So like Aegon the First and Magor with Balerion are in the tournament. I was thinking of doing that as like my midway before my next 128 characters that will start in March, which I already have put together. It won't be 7v7 or anything like that. I'm not going to break it up this way. It won't be a bunch of little itty bitty tourneys from different regions. It's going to be much more of a more traditional giant ass tournament. Yeah. So I might have to do that. Think of it like it's going to be midway through the year. Think of it like October, or like, in a couple months. It won't be tomorrow or anything. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. There's gonna be multiple Vagars in there. Like it's gonna be so cool. All right. Let's get through these. Thank you for letting me just thank you guys. Thank you for letting me thank you guys. All right, cool. Then Per Marcus said Damon is like the best swordsman ever. He go chop chop and Bobby B, and that's that. Yep, I know that's what everyone thought. Day after day, poll after poll, upset over upset. We all came back. Oh, this is Ryan Williams, and voted down to the final. Thank you for providing some unique content to the community and fandom. Also, I did not want Dane to win. Yeah, me neither. But congratulations to Arthur Dane. So the next one, can I just leave him out? 100, literally leave him out, and then just have him go against the winner. It would be the same, except we wouldn't have to see him ice 8 people along the way. Honestly, I really want to do that. I don't want to leave him out and just the winner goes against Arthur Dane. So it'd be this bracket of 128 characters, and then Arthur Dane, the lines meet. 128 people. Arthur Dane. Not a joke. I think that would be totally fine, right? And hilarious. Yeah, he retires as sports. Yeah, he's a commentator now. Oh yeah. Yeah, can I would everyone get pissed? There'd be people who vote next year who weren't part of this poll, and they would be like, "Where's Arthur?" Yeah, put him in the booth. Arthur, can he come to the booth, please? Wayne, come to the booth, please. There's a big response to that little room up there. Oh my God, is Wayne's World 50% of my references? All right, I gotta get out. You guys are probably just getting really sick of my voice. Yeah, I think that's all I got. I do have to give another major thank you. Oh wait, no, I was gonna grab my phone and look at PayPal. Give me 1 sec. I didn't have to go far. I'm back. All right. This is good TV, right? Just a guy on his phone. Oh, that's way more than I thought. It's June 13th, right? Yeah, names aren't the same on here, but I got 2. Oh, it's Irish Potato Thief. Bro. $50 and then $5, dude. You're the freaking best, dude. Thank you, Irish Potato Thief. You're awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm not sure. I'll say first name, Patrick. Let me see if I can actually read your full thing. Thank you for being a cool guy. Keep up the good work. Thanks, man. And thanks for the money. You guys absolutely are awesome. I didn't actually think anyone would PayPal me. So both of you guys, great. And also everybody else, awesome. And yeah, Molotov. Thank you, dude. And yeah, I'm getting out of here. And everybody, yeah, like stick around. Don't all unsubscribe until my next poll. If you got here for the polls, hang out, watch a couple of my other videos. I do polls every day still, but I will be doing another giant tournament and probably that dragon tournament in between. Don't expect it tomorrow or anything like that. Yeah, I know. He deserved it. You want to see how much I tried to kill him? I put him against Barristan right away. And then the Dragon Knight. I think his easiest fight, did he like Kettle Black? Like Osmond Kettle Black? All right, guys. I'm out of here. And I'm taking my show with me. That's it. One more time. Thanks, everybody. And you guys are awesome. Peace.